This past year, we've had the opportunity to begin our Campus Life ministry at a new location, a different kind of location, in fact. All of our Campus Life programs so far have been in local middle schools and high schools around Indian River County. But this past year, we've had the opportunity to do Campus Life ministry at the Hibiscus Children's Village here in Vero Beach. It's a residential foster care facility that houses middle school and high school boys and girls from around our area. And we've had the opportunity to run our program there in this very important ministry site. And just recently, I've had the opportunity to interview our team of volunteer leaders that have been engaging with these students since the fall. And I'm excited for you to be able to hear some of what God has been doing through their engagement with these kids. So team, thank you so much for being here. What drew you to this specific ministry site?
I've been a long-time Campus Life volunteer, but when I heard that there was going to be one at Hibiscus Center, I knew I had to get involved. We had fostered for a year, and who needs it more than the kids that are at Hibiscus?
These kids they get overlooked and forgotten by society. And it's the heartbeat of Jesus to come in and say, no, that's the population I'm going after. Those are the people I want to reach. And so to give that yes and to reach those kids, it's such a privilege.
I toured the Hibiscus shelters, and that's really where God got a hold of me in saying that we need to bring hope and the love of Christ into these places, because these kids are coming from broken homes. They're coming from a life of hopelessness, and they really don't know what's in store for them. They have no future in mind. So bringing Youth for Christ, Campus Life to Hibiscus was of the biggest importance that I could think of.
So let me ask you this. What were some of your presuppositions, some of your assumptions going into do ministry at the Hibiscus Children's Village? And then I'm also curious to hear, were your assumptions accurate?
I knew going in that we would have some students being there and then moving out, but it was a real shock to me when I met with one of the young ladies one week, one-on-one, and went over how to read the Bible and left her with a study Bible. And then the next week when we got back, she was gone, and I had no way of ever contacting her again.
Maybe tonight is my one chance to show the love of God. When is the next time they're going to encounter that? I don't know. And so you do cherish those moments, and you take that time seriously, and you give it your all in those 2 hours that we're there every Thursday night.
What are some of the difficult realities that Hibiscus kids are facing?
You see a lot of behaviors where they're kind of acting out, trying to get attention, but that's something they need. So we can't write them off and say, oh, well, that's just for attention. No, that's them saying, I need more and I'm not getting it. And I think giving them positive attention is really, really important, because a lot of the behaviors that they develop that are unhealthy are to try to get any kind of attention, including negative attention.
So now that you have been at Hibiscus for almost an entire school year, how have you seen your relationships with the kids at Hibiscus change for the better over time?
As we've gotten to know the kids have started to understand, you really do care. Why? We have to be here. You don't have to be here. Mm-hmm. Why would you come here? And you come here and you feed us pizza and you play games with us. You listen to us. That's another thing I love about what we get to do, is we get to hear their story. Mm-hmm. And I think that as we have done that in time, some of them have really opened up, and we can see there is a change. There is hope, which I love. Mm-hmm. And the Lord brings that.
Amen. Can you describe a breakthrough moment or a way that God has specifically used you in the life of a student at Hibiscus?
I think for me, the breakthroughs are like when those one girl in particular, every week she walks in, she cannot wait to tell me what is going on in her life and what happened this past week, or what she's doing next week, or this new opportunity that she got, or something at school that happened. And I always think to myself, how many other listening adults do you have in your life to go share this with? And I get the honor of being that for you on these Thursday nights, and how significant that is, just to model Jesus and how we listen and how we respond and how we care. So I think to me, those are small victories that happen on a weekly basis, and I'm excited to see where God takes that
Thank you so much, Hibiscus team. Thank you for your engagement with young people. Thank you for going into the hard places to reach students that absolutely need to hear the gospel and see the love of Christ demonstrated.